So this lesson is about polymers. So the objectives are give some examples of polymers, including fabrics, plastics and foods. Know that polymers are long chain molecules made from small molecules. Know some examples of man-made and natural polymers. So what is a polymer? So polymers are long chains of molecules that are made up of small molecules called monomers. So monomer is one molecule, but then when you join them together, you get a large molecule called a polymer. So examples of some polymers are jelly, rubber bands, plastic bags, chewing gum. They're all examples of polymers. So just to reiterate that, polymers are made by chemical reactions that join lots of small molecules or monomers together to make long chain molecules. So as an example, a very common example, polyethylene, which is used to make plastic bags or plastic bottles. Polyethylene is the polymer which is made by joining lots of ethene molecules together. So ethene is the monomer. When you join lots of ethene molecules together to get a long chain, you get polyethylene. So the fact that they are long molecules gives these polymers their specific properties. So here's some examples of different types of polymers, their use and why their properties are good for that particular use. So first one, polyethylene or polythene is used to make plastic bags. And the property that makes it very good for plastic bags are the fact that they are strong and hard wearing. Another one is PVC or polyvinyl chloride. So PVC can be used to make water pipes. And the reason that they are good for this is because they are strong, hard wearing and chemically unreactive. So it won't react with the water that it carries. Next one, another use of PVC or polyvinyl chloride is the outer casing, the outer layer of electric wires. And the property that makes it good for this is these plastics are electrical insulators. So they're not going to let the electricity out of the wire. So when you touch them, you won't get electrocuted. And they are also very hard wearing so that it will last a long time, keep those wires in a casing for a long time, and they shouldn't rub away. Next one, nylon. So nylon can be used to make clothing, and they can be, the property that is useful for this is they can be made into fibres because they're long chains. They can make it into fibres which are strong and flexible. Next one is lycra. So lycra is used to make sports clothing. And the reason that it's useful is because it can be made into fibres again, but also they can be very elastic, which is a really key property of lycra. They're elastic and also very tough, so you can use them over and over again. So properties of polymers, general properties, they are chemically unreactive, which is very good for things like plastic bags or plastic bottles or those PVC pipes that carry water. You don't want them to react with the water that they contain. They're also mainly solids at room temperature. They have plasticity. They're plastic, so they can be moulded into shape, which means they can be used for a lot of different uses. They are electrical insulators, which is why they're very good at insulating wires. They are strong and hard wearing, which is good for many uses, like plastic bags, like electric wires, like water pipes. They all need to be hard wearing. Some polymers are hard and rigid, like the polymer used to make the electrical socket here. So although polymers are very useful, especially polyethylene plastics, there is a massive drive at the moment to go away from using plastic bags. And the reason is because they are chemically unreactive, which is actually the useful property that we want. It does mean that unfortunately it means they're difficult to dispose of. They won't biodegrade. so they won't rot away very quickly, and that can cause litter problems. So you may have seen many images, clips where sea life have been tangled up in certain types of plastics because it's just they've got caught in it, but then it won't biodegrade, so then they just become stuck in this piece of plastic. So plastic on beaches is a massive problem, or in the sea. So they're trying to go away from using as many plastics and also encourage the recycling of plastics. So just to go over natural polymers and synthetic polymers. So natural polymers are ones that occur obviously naturally in nature. So examples are silk, also wool, and you've got proteins which are made up of amino acids. So the amino acid is a monomer, and then the whole chain, which is the polymer, which is lots of amino acids, makes up a protein. And then DNA, it stands for deoxyribonucleic acid, and it's many, each of these units, monomers, is called a nucleotide, and they join up to form a DNA molecule. So hopefully that's given you a good introduction of polymers.